All right, y'all, get excited. We have to talk about some rumors and scoops and stuff that have been swirling about House of the Dragon Season 2, when they're apparently going to begin filming. And I want to talk about 4 new characters that we probably will be seeing. Let's go. Okay, so by this point, I'm sure that you guys can tell that I am always online looking for news, looking for stuff, looking for scoops, looking for rumors, and I decided to go ahead and make a video about some of the things that I found, some of the things that are trending right now. So this scoop is coming from creator Grace Randolph and also from Film Updates on Twitter. By this point, I am sure that this is all over the place, so I'm sure by this time many different like news sources and rumor sources and blogs and stuff are going to be reporting this. So apparently season 2 will be filming between January and March 2023. I've seen people say that it's most likely going to be March 2023, right? So that means you can put all of your hopes for season 2 coming out at the end of 2023 out the window. You could just dump that out of the window into Flea Bottom and like it's a bedpan. Like just go ahead and get rid of those dreams, those ideas. We're probably going to be getting season 2 in the late spring/summer of 2024. Now, as annoying as that is, because it's like, damn, we gotta wait so long, I would rather wait for quality than to be, getting something rushed at the end of 2023. Like, let's just get into it. Let's be real about that. Take your time, creators. Take your time and do what you need to do. We'll wait, even though we don't want to, especially if it means that we're going to get quality in 2024. Now, let me put up this tweet that is coming from the Out of Context House of the Dragon Twitter account. It was very reliable, honestly. They got all the tea and they know what they're talking about, for as far as I can tell. And obviously their reporting coincides with what a lot of other outlets are reporting as well. So filming for season 2 House of the Dragon is set to begin March 2023. We know that, and HBO has now reportedly begun casting for the new prominent roles, which will likely include Cregan Stark, Alys Rivers, Nettles, and Daeron Targaryen. So I just wanted to go through these 4 characters just really quickly, just a quick overview of who they are, what they'll be doing this season. Because it was just like, why not? Why not? Because we'll eventually see them. So, light spoilers ahead. Well, actually, heavy spoilers ahead for season 2 of House of the Dragon. If you don't want to know anything that's going to be happening in the next season or following seasons, please click off of this video right now. I already gave you a warning. Let's talk about it. Now, I'm not gonna talk about Prince Daeron Targaryen too much because I had done a video about him and his dragon, as well as other characters and their dragons that we will be seeing in season 2. The link for that is in my description. If you're ready to hear some more tea, some more news about that. But Prince Daeron Targaryen, we haven't seen him in the show. He was the 3rd and youngest son of Viserys and Alicent. The showrunner said that he was in Old Town this whole time. They just did not have time or space to really fit Prince Daeron into season 1, but apparently, I don't know, a lot of things are pointing to the fact that we're going to be seeing him in the 2nd season. Like I said, I did a video on him and his dragon, but his dragon Targaryen was pivotal to the Greens in the Dance of Dragons. A lot of the Blacks, Rhaenyra's loyalists, often did not even want to deal with Targaryen in battle. They were just like, girl, we are going to find another way to deal with this situation because we do not want to enter into battle with Targaryen. So he's obviously going to have a big part to play. Like, Prince Daeron Targaryen is going to have a big part to play in the upcoming season. So yeah, like I said, check my description box if you want to learn more about the upcoming dragons that we're gonna see. Okay, and also Cregan Stark. So I found this Screen Rant blurb on Cregan Stark and I said, this is perfect, I want to read it to you. So House of the Dragon season 2 will introduce Lord Cregan Stark, and he'll make Game of Thrones' Ned Stark look tame in comparison to his brutal ways. The House of the Dragon season 1 finale set up season 2 in a number of ways, but one of the most intriguing was the mention of Jace going to meet Lord Cregan Stark of Winterfell. Cregan is the head of House Stark and Warden of the North at this point in House of the Dragon's timeline, and so will be a key ally of Rhaenyra Targaryen's Black faction. He will, however, be somewhat different from, obviously, the Game of Thrones Starks. The Starks are generally known for being hardy Northerners, but Cregan is considered formidable even by those standards. Ned Stark's key killing rule in Game of Thrones was the man who passes the sentence should swing the sword. They're words that Cregan himself evidently lives by as well, only he takes it much further when he is fully involved in House of the Dragon's King's Landing story. Cregan will want to kill a lot of people. Of course, he's going to be wielding the Valyrian steel sword Ice that Ned also used, and showing a much greater desire for that punishment than Ned ever did. Arriving in King's Landing after much of the fighting is over, to his disappointment, King Aegon II Targaryen has been killed. He begins cleaning up the mess, which means Cregan is ordering a lot of executions. Known as the Hour of the Wolf, Cregan takes command and insists upon punishment for those who betrayed not only Rhaenyra, but also the members of the Greens who turned against King Aegon at the very end. God damn, so he was just like, not only are we gonna kill y'all for coming up against Rhaenyra, but we're gonna kill those of y'all who turned cloaks. How, like, that's crazy. So Cregan obviously is going to be pivotal also in season 2. And the one character that I am really interested in seeing, because I feel like she has so many similarities to Melisandre, is Alys Rivers, right? So Alys was from House Strong, who initially obviously controlled Harrenhal. Now, skipping further into the story of, you know, the dance, when Daemon took Harrenhal, of course he took prisoners as well. Alys Rivers was one of them. So she was a bastard of the Riverlands and a servant of House Strong. Some people believe that she was fathered by Lionel Strong when he was younger, but there's really no proof. Obviously in the book Fire and Blood, some of the maesters and septons or whatever believed that she was a woods witch or an enchantress. Mushroom from the books, who obviously, like, he exaggerates a lot in the books, but Mushroom believed that she served as a wet nurse to Harwin Strong and Larys Strong, but that would mean that she was older than them or older than she looked. So there's something going on there, but obviously Mushroom is really not reliable. Either way, it's kind of confirmed that she was dealing in some way, right, with magic. So even after that, when Aemon took control of Harrenhal, after Daemon did, he killed all of House Strong, but he spared Alys Rivers. Obviously, they became bedmates, and people think that she used, like, Alys used love potions or some shit on him. He made sure that she was protected while he was rampaging in the Riverlands, with Vhagar, and I cannot wait to see that shit. I, like, really cannot wait to see that shit. So, spoilers. Just warning you again. When Aemon arrived, that big fight between Aemon and Daemon, right? So when Aemon arrived on Vhagar to fight Daemon on Caraxes, he brought Alys with her and landed so that she could get off, you know, and get off the damn dragon so that Aemon and Daemon could fight. When Daemon asked how Aemon knew where to find him, like, how did you know where I was? Aemon answered and said this. He said, basically, Alys Rivers told me, my lady, she saw you in a storm cloud in a mountain pool at dusk, in the fire we lit to cook our suppers. She sees much and more, my Alys. You were a fool to come alone. So yeah, that was a very, very, very quick overview, just very surface level overview of Alys. And you can see why she reminds me so much of Melisandre. She's seeing shit in the fire. She's seeing shit in storm clouds or whatever. She's dealing with magic, potions, whatever. But also when the dance was over, Harrenhal, which kind of became a refuge for like outlaws and crazy shit going on down there, like black market type shit. You know what I mean? Harrenhal was rumored to be ruled by the Witch Queen herself, Alys Rivers. So obviously she's going to be a very interesting character. I wonder, it would be cool to see like Alys and Mysaria kind of face off in a way, you know, like that'd be cool. I don't know. And then the last one we'll talk about today is Nettles. I'm pretty sure she's in the thumbnail. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know about Nettles. Now, according to Mushroom, Nettles was a bastard who grew up homeless on Driftmark. Now, when Jace decided that the Blacks needed more dragon riders, Dragon Seeds came forward on Dragonstone to get the job done. Y'all already know what dragon seeds are. Talked about it in my previous video. Rhaenyra's side had a bunch of dragons. They didn't have enough dragon riders, so they're just like, we don't care if y'all Targaryen or not, whatever. I'm sure there are bastards all over the goddamn island of Dragonstone, right? So it was just like anyone of y'all who could come up and tame these dragons and ride them into battle for us will get awards, I'm sure, lands and titles, I'm sure, all type of shit like that. So the people who answered the call and who were able to ride those dragons, even though they weren't like highborn Targaryens, they were called dragon seeds, right? So at 16 years old, Nettles was able to tame a dragon called Sheep Stealer. She would feed it sheep every morning, earn his trust, and obviously they bonded. Now, I'm wondering if they're gonna age Nettles up because, like, girl, goddamn. I'm hoping that they do. I'm really hoping that they do. It's already a bunch of crazy shit happening in the Game of Thrones lore and House of the Dragon and all the shit. Like, just age her up and, like, because Daemon is gonna be interested, obviously, in her. So after taming the dragon called Sheep Stealer, Nettles fought for Rhaenyra. She did so well. She did a good job. She did what she had to do, right? And of course, like I said, Daemon ended up falling in love with her. They were always together. They slept together. They ate together. Daemon gave her all kinds of gifts and shit. Oh my God, Daemon. Damn, Daemon. So now, keep in mind, these dragon seeds, these people who were able to tame these dragons, were not highborn Targaryens or anything like that. So and obviously they were not really trustworthy. There were a couple dragon seeds who betrayed Rhaenyra and ended up fighting for the Greens instead. So because of that, Rhaenyra started to not trust any of the dragon seeds. And this, of course, was egged on by the Lady Mysaria herself. Rhaenyra apparently said about Nettles, she said this: she's a common thing with the stink of sorcery upon her. So you got Lady Mysaria feeding Rhaenyra's paranoia about this shit. She's like, girl, she probably doing magic and shit just like me, girl. So it becomes a problem. This puts Nettles in danger because Rhaenyra wants her head. I'm not gonna go too far into what happens because I want to save a little bit for season 2, for y'all to watch it. But it becomes a problem, becomes an issue, and Nettles has to flee and all type of shit. Daemon sees that it's obviously Rhaenyra is asking for her head, but he also sees that based off of like what Rhaenyra is saying and what she's doing, that it's Mysaria who's egging Rhaenyra on. So it's gonna be interesting, y'all. It's gonna be interesting. So obviously we don't know every single, just because these are just rumors and stuff coming out about what HBO is doing and when they're filming and stuff. So we don't know exactly who they're casting for, but because these characters have such a strong part to play in the upcoming events of, the Dance of the Dragons, House of the Dragon in general, these are some of the characters who we think that they are no doubt casting, or no doubt have a part to play in season 2. So we are going to say Dracarys. We're gonna light up our enemies with fire. We're gonna take them out with fire and blood. Stop playing with me. Team Black. I'm Team Black in real life, and I'm Team Black in the fucking House of the Dragon lore and Game of Thrones lore, bitch. Get out of my face, bitch. Team Black. Rhaenyra is the rightful queen. Y'all already know. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all so much for your support and taking the time out to check me out on this channel. Love y'all so much, and I'll check y'all out later. Peace.